guys, PB. So for those of you who watched the first video blog I did, Life of a Jobbing Plumber, I wasn't sure whether it was something I was going to do or whether people would actually watch it. So I was looking for a bit of feedback, and the main feedback I got, which I agree with, there was a lot of me talking and not much of me working. It was about 17 minutes long, mainly of me in the van. So this time, for the second instalment, I've tried to do less talking, more working. So hopefully that's improved it. It's a lot of just clips of me in the job, just to show you the variety of work I do, the kind of work I do day to day. What I have tried to do is on the gas stuff, fault finding, is give you an idea of what I'm doing, how I do it, but not enough info that you could, if you weren't gas safe or you were just a homeowner wanting to work on your own boiler, you won't really be able to do it off what I show you. So that's the idea there. Keep it vague, but also give you an insight into what I do. A few tips and tricks along the way, and yeah, just a variety of jobs. So I'm going to shut up now, and hopefully if it's less talking, more doing, we might make a go of this. It might be something that I do regularly. So thanks for everyone who watched the last one, thanks for everyone who commented, and hopefully yeah, hopefully it just keeps getting better. Cheers. Morning team, I've got a really good day today to take you around with me. Got a variety of jobs, boiler repairs, bit of bathroom work, kitchen sink mixer tap going in, monoblock mixer tap, boiler fault finding. So yeah, just a mixed bag of stuff that I think you'll appreciate. So enough of me talking, let's crack on. Okay, so constantly dripping tap, pretty annoying. You can see under here, there's the supplies, those flexes there. There isn't actually any ISO valves. So first thing we're going to do, isolate the incoming cold main. And we'll open up. Cool, that's the cold killed. A quick look in the boiler cupboard. So we've got an Ideal ICOS. That's a heat only boiler. So we've got flow and return off the top. On a property like this, I'm going to guess it's unvented. If it was a combi, obviously killing the water would have killed the hot water supply. But on a heat only boiler, that wouldn't be enough. You'd have to go up into the airing cupboard. But you can see there, it's killed the hot as well. So we know that there's probably an unvented cylinder upstairs. In fact, let's go and have a look. Yeah, well, it's not an unvented cylinder, but it's a Gledhill Boilermate. This is a thermal store. I'm not going to go through what this is, but basically it works off a plate heat exchanger. So isolating the main stop tap has also isolated the hot water to the property. Okay, so water's off, hot and cold are dead, so we can now work on the tap. The first thing I'll do is I'll disconnect the hot and cold supply, the flex is there. Then we'll look at taking the back nut off. Now, you may use a Tommy bar set, you know, the little mini box spanners. You may use nut spinners. I don't know if you've seen these before. Basically, this is a tool from Weira. If you can see that, it's a hollow shaft. So just to demonstrate, this is the back nut for the tap. And you can see it's quite far up on the thread. So if you've got a Weira nut spinner, this is a hollow shaft. So what will happen is the thread will go inside the shaft, and then you've got the nut in the nut spinner and you can work on it. So that's what I normally use. But today I'm going to show you the tap wrench kit from Nerad Tools. Now I'm going to do a review on this soon. But I've been using it for a couple of months now. So basically, similar to the nut spinner, but you get a socket set, and these are all hollow shafts. So same principle. That goes inside there, and you can work on it. You also get a ratchet, standard handle, and then this piece, which is really good, it's an extension bar. So you can, depending on how low down you are and how high up you need to get, you can adjust it, stick your ratchet on the end, and then you can work on it. So we'll use this today to whip this tap out now. So I'm just gonna... Okay, the old tap's out, so we'll just make up the new tap. But flexors have an O-ring on, so you don't need to put any tape on, anything like that, and you just do them hand tight. So turn them in. Okay, that's the top of the tap done. Put that in. Now, because of the spout, a lot of taps will just want to fall forward. So what I do is I turn it back towards the window. And you'll see, I don't know if you can see that, but a lot of the time that will stabilise the tap. Rubber wash on the back plate, and then we'll just check the size of this nut. Yeah, that's 11mm, so I can use the same tool setup to tighten it up. Okay, that's hand tight. I'll just use the tap wrench kit just to finish it off. Okay, so it's done with the narrow tool. Just give you a quick look in the box. You get a lot of different attachments. This also does back nuts on bath taps and basin taps, and they've sort of thought of every different attachment you may need to get in those really hard to reach places. You know, when you're stuck, you can't get your arm underneath a bath, it's too tight to the wall, or there's a toilet right next to the bath you can't get in. Hopefully this is the kit to help you. I am going to do a proper review on this, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, so we're done. Turn the water back on. And with any tap, when you've had the water off, just be careful when you open it up, because of the air, it will splutter. So just go steady. So that's the cold. And we'll expect a bit more over the hot. Hot. This job's a call out to no central heating. Now I'm doing a voiceover on this because the tenants were in and they were watching me, so I couldn't really talk. So basically we've got demand on for central heating. You can see that the light there is illuminated for central heating. It's saying it's 60 degrees, but I've got nothing on the return. It's stone cold. That's me just checking the temperature of the flow and the return. Now the flow pipe's also cold. So straight away that tells me there's some kind of flow issue. So I've checked underneath. The flow and return haven't been isolated, because sometimes when the tenant tries to top their own pressure up, they'll isolate the flow and return. What I'm doing now is I'm running the hot tap, and you can see the boiler temperature reduces and then it fires up for hot water. So I know that the hot water is working okay, and that heat is trapped inside the boiler. The reason it was at 60, you can't really see, but yeah, you can see it now. The thermostat for the central heating is quite low. So once the boiler's lit on the hot water, I've whacked the temperature up on the heating and turned the tap off, and now you'll see that the heating temperature will shoot right up. This is because the boiler knows there's a demand for central heating and it comes on, but because the heat's not getting away from the boiler, it will now go all the way up to 90 odd degrees. This is just me sort of, before I've even took the cover off, through experience, diagnosing the fault on the system. See that, it's just gonna, there we go, it's cut out at 90. Put my hand on the flow again and it's still stone cold. Same on the return. So we're going to drop the cover now and have a look at the diverter valve, which is an educated guess at what the issue is. Okay, so you can see there, it's obviously been leaking, it's all corroded, it's run down the sides. What normally happens on these is the water gets sucked into the motor and it will trip the electrics. It's not done on this in this case, but that's normally what happens. What I'm doing now, without giving up too much information away, is I'm just checking the operation, running the hot water and seeing if the boiler is sending power to that diverter valve. This is a diverter valve is a wet part, so you have to, if you're going to work on it, you've got to drain it down. You can whip this head off the motor before you drain the system down, but if you're going to do any more like I do now when I turn this diverter valve out, you're going to have to drain it down, otherwise it will piss water out, especially as this is a pressurised system. So I'm just showing you now that the water has kind of got into the motor there. You can see on the pin it's getting a bit wet. So I'm just going to whip this off now. It has all been drained down. Just basically want to show you what the inside of the diverter valve on this boiler looks like. So the motor basically pushes the pin and moves position whether you want heating or hot water, and that's it. Okay guys, just a quick one to break up the work stuff. On a weekend I like to mess around with the van, give it a wash, tidy it out, stuff like that. I bought some sidebars for the VW off eBay. I seen a few vans with them on and I thought they looked quite good, so thought I'd try it. I didn't pay for the VW own brand ones, official ones. They were about 500 quid. Just bought some black ones off eBay, 130 quid, and you fit them yourself. So I'm just going to drop a couple of photos now. I've done one side, so it's with and without, and if you can just let me know in the comments with a thumbs up or a thumbs down whether you think it looks good with or without them. I think it looks quite good, but I liked it before, so whether they're needed or not I don't know, but yeah, thumbs up or thumbs down, be great.